If you've clicked on this video, I'm going to assume you're about to go on a cruise, you're considering a cruise, or you've been on many cruises and maybe you just want to get some tips. Then you've clicked on the right video. So today I'm going to show you all my packing tips and tricks, all the things that you need to put on your list when you are packing for a cruise. I am not new to cruising. As a family, this is just our third cruise together. Different ships, different locations, different cruise lines. However, I did used to work on cruise ships, so packing for a cruise, I know a thing or two about. We are about to set sail for 2 weeks on a back-to-back cruise on Royal Caribbean's Oasis of the Seas. I used to work on Royal Caribbean and I spent a few months on Explorer of the Seas back in 2009. But this is my husband Carl and our boys Henry and Jack, who are 6 and 3. This will be their first time ever on a Royal Caribbean ship. We're flying to Miami, getting an Uber up to Fort Lauderdale, staying overnight in Fort Lauderdale and getting on the ship the next morning. And we are so excited. There will be a grand tour video coming your way to show you everything about the cruise, everything we've learned, what we loved, what we didn't like so much, what we would do differently next time, and generally just to show you the restaurants, the bars, the kids clubs, all the family activities, everything that you can expect if you're considering going on Oasis of the Seas. So let's get started. Right, well, welcome to our back bedroom, spare bedroom, whatever you want to call it. That's just my kind of dressing area. It's got like my work clothes in it. Then we have an ottoman bed here that generally houses all our opposite seasonal clothes. So at the minute, because it's cold outside, I've got all my summer stuff under the bed. I've already got that out. I am starting to pack the clothes, but the thing that I'm going to share with you today is not clothes. It's everything else that has to go in your suitcases or maybe in your hand luggage ready for that cruise. Right, I have tried to organise this as best as I can. So this on this half of the bed, this side, this is everything that will be going in hand luggage. So I will talk you through that in a moment. On this side of the bed is everything that will actually be packed in our suitcases that's going to be for the rest of the cruise. I'm going to start with the hand luggage because that's going to be the first stuff that we actually access on this trip. So starting at the top of the bed, what we have here, generally speaking, when we go away and we're going on any kind of flight to get to where we're going, the boys will have their own bag. We have little bags for them that have got the little pull along thing so they can either wear them on their back as a rucksack or they can pull up the handle and walk through the airport. They're usually pretty good at carrying themselves for about 5 minutes and then we have to take over. But this is what's going to go in their individual bags. First things first, they're going to have a spare pair of pants or 2 each because, hey, no one wants to get caught short with wet pants on a flight. Then they both have their own set of colouring pencils for Henry that have got his name on them. They were a gift actually from a family member at Christmas. And then Jack, the little one, our littlest boy, he's got a set of colouring pencils. What I will also put in their bags are the magic Crayola paper drawing things, and I will also put a pack of paper or like a colouring book in there for them. They've also got then a charging cable each. Now, one of these is a lightning one and one of them is a USB-C one, and it's purely just because that's what their iPads use. And then they both have their own charger as well. Currently a British one, and then we do have some adapters with this. I also always pack a pack of wet wipes in each of their bags because we have been caught short so many times. Somebody always ends up throwing up, deciding that they need a wee on the plane just as we're taking off, and it goes everywhere and we always end up needing to clean up. So they get a big pack of these each. These are their headphones. Right, I'm going to open these up for you. These were just on Amazon. I think they were only about £20 each, and we got them for them for Christmas a couple of years ago, and they've been absolutely brilliant. So these ones are Henry's because they are blue and red, and then Jack's got just like blue and aquamarine kind of colour. They're brilliant, they fold up, they're really comfortable, they've got the charging point in there. You can also put the other lead in if you're going to use the kind of like the old school sort of jack cable, but then you can also use the USB-C cable to power them. What I also always put in here is not just a pair of pants each, but also a fresh pair of pyjamas, because we have had incidents before. In fact, pretty much every time we travel we have an incident, so we always end up having to get them dressed, but it's just handy having another set of clothes that we know are going to be comfortable. Now these are another godsend. We got them these for Christmas a couple of years ago as well. Oh, hello. Banff Lake Louise, we've just been there. That vlog series will probably be on our channel by the time you're watching this out in full. But these little beauties, they come in their own
case, but these are, we call it a drawing pad, but they're brilliant. They're great for on the plane, for playing like tic-tac-toe, noughts and crosses, for when you're sat in a restaurant waiting for your food to come, if they're a bit hungry and grouchy. It's just a great way to keep them entertained. That isn't just a screen, that we can actually, you know, play games with them on there. Quite often Jack will say to us, draw Buzz Lightyear, and then we get, you know, roped into drawing cartoons and stuff for him. Now I always pack as well, I only kept one of these, but a huge muslin cloth from when they were babies. I only kept one of them, but these are so handy. Again, if somebody's sick or somebody doesn't feel very well or something like that, that we can just put over them, and that is an absolute must-do that has to go in their bag. These things are genius. We got these in IKEA. They've got a little like clip here, so you can put paper here and they can use it as a board to rest on. Then when you open it up, you can keep all like your colouring pens. So these are the magic pens that go on the magic paper. I always chuck some normal paper in there for them as well. So then they've got their, you know, colouring pencils in there to draw that on, and they can kind of do whatever they want. But these keep them so entertained on the plane. And between this, the drawing pad, their iPad, their headphones so they can watch their iPads or anything on the plane, they are golden. Everything fits in here really nicely, except the iPads, which will be free within the bag. We actually bought these from a cool shop in Civitavecchia last year when we were on P&O Cruises Azura. So the kids love these. Jack's actually came with like, he thinks it's cocomelon, but it comes with like an eye mask, which he loves putting on his head. And then we've got, this one's mine. I actually got this at a shop in Singapore airport years and years ago when I was still traveling for work. It's really quite hard, but it's so good. I've had it for years. That will go in my hand luggage case. And then, now I just bought this on Amazon after seeing it online, and they were really expensive if you bought them online, but if you got it on Amazon, it was much cheaper. They're supposed to be really good. It also came with like some earplugs and an eye mask as well, so I think this one I'll probably give to Carl because he hasn't got one. Well, I'll let you know how these go. The reviews are brilliant, and it was about 20 quid, so hopefully it's as good as they say. Okay, it's not very easy to wind up and get back in. I've just tried like 3 times and have not managed to do it yet. Please go in. Okay, fine. As long as you roll it up tight, that goes in pretty easily. Right, and it comes in its own little case, so that one's quite handy. Right, books. These are my books of choice for the cruise. These will go in my hand luggage. We will not be using precious space in the suitcases for my books. Carl hates that I just point blank refuse to use a Kindle, but I really like real books, so that's what's coming with me. And then I always take some toilet tissue wipes because, you know, posh bum wipes, love them, can't go wrong with it. This, I'll come back to this in a minute. Next, I'm going to go on to electricals and my camera gear, etc. So I'm holding in my hand my Sony camera. It's already got my lens on it. It's got my microphone on it, so that's pretty compact. I also have in here my external hard drive, purely because the Canada vlogs are going out at the moment and I would like to do some editing whilst we're away. I will also be doing emails and work, etc. while I'm away. We're very lucky and we get to go away quite regularly, and I would rather try and keep up on stuff so when we get home I don't feel completely stressed about how far behind I am with everything. So yes, I will be doing some work and bits and bobs whilst we are on the cruise. Right, you will notice that I'm a little obsessed with Peak Design stuff. This is my Peak Design camera case. It's so good. It just fits everything in. It's my other lens, the Insta360 camera, which because we are going to Labadee in Haiti, which is one of Royal Caribbean's private islands, and we've got booked the zip line that goes from sort of one side of the bay across to the other. So I will be taking that for that. And then my little like hand grip, which will be perfect for the zip line. My spare batteries, and then there's like my clips, covers for the battery. And then it's also got this like awesome little thing here. So generally I put, when we're traveling, my microphone in there, batteries go on the top here, camera goes in this one, and it just works really well. I expect this one will have to come out this time because I've got a new 16 to 35mm one, so I think this one will probably get sold, and the one I'm using right now will be the go-to one. And it's even got like a little hidden packet. It's fab. I love this thing. So that's that. I've then got a little case for my SD cards. Very handy. I've got my mini ones, my normal size ones. These are the ones that are full. And then the adapters. Also got my headphones, so they will be coming with me. Carl has the exact same pair of headphones, just a different colour. That is my tripod. Said tripod there, said case. So that will go in my hand luggage too, because it's pretty heavy. So this is my cheap version of the whole, is it air fly, where you can basically use this little transmitter that allows you to use your own headphones on the plane. So I'll see how those go. I haven't used them yet. Carl used them on our trip to Canada and he really liked them, said they worked really well. So we'll see how they go. So that is absolutely coming in hand luggage with me. And then the last two things in my own hand luggage are my Peak Design electronics bag. So this has got like my camera charger, it's got extra charger points, it's got my battery chargers, it's got a reading light ready for when I want to read and the boys are asleep in bed. Now this is a little like thing that I got cheap on Amazon, and it's an Apple Watch charger. I don't really use my Apple Watch, but it's got that there. A phone charger, like the MagSafe one, and it's another charger I've not figured out. It's really handy actually. It just like sits really nicely, packs away, and then you get it out and put it on like your bedside table or wherever's next to you whilst you're away. So depending on what I've got in here, I have everything I need. So I always keep that in my hand luggage, keep that close to me. This one definitely stays in my hand luggage just because it's expensive stuff. The only thing that I have to take out of here to pack, because it can't go in the hand luggage, is the lithium batteries. So they always get taken out and get put in the big suitcase. If you haven't seen our Banff, Lake Louise, Canadian Rocky Winter travel vlog series yet, I wore this the whole time. I sort of bought it for myself towards the end of last year in Peak Design's Kickstarter campaign for their new outdoor range. Oh my god, it's the best thing I've ever bought. Like, even this pocket is so big, like I could get my gloves and my scarf in there. My tripod fits brilliantly here. It's so handy, and I actually used the tripod quite a lot while we were away. In here then I keep all of my kind of like accessories that I would use quite regularly. So my little like tripod for my big camera, my strap that I quite often put on the camera and I wear it over my shoulder like a crossbody. And then I've got some extra little straps for the bags. This is where my batteries then go when we're on days out, and I can also then put in there my extra SD cards too. So this thing is amazing, and it's like a crossbody bag. It's also got a secret compartment thing at the back if I want to put my phone in and keep it like really close to me. But it is so comfy. I love it. One of the best buys I've ever made. Arguably, probably the most important thing in here is I call my mum kit. Now I've kind of like developed this over lots of years of being a mum now, and all the things that have gone wrong. I mean, this gets bigger and bigger because anything that goes wrong and I think, oh my god, like I wish I had that with us because it would have just made so much difference. That's how this was born. If you haven't seen our other cruise videos, our first cruise as a family was 2 years ago, 2023, and we were medically disembarked. Henry got really poorly and we got kind of kicked off very nicely from the ship in an unscheduled port in the it was about 10 o'clock at night, and got put in a private hospital in Malaga for 3 days before we then had to wait to fly home. And it was the worst experience of my life. And yes, P&O Cruises were absolutely incredible, but I still would never want to go through that experience again. So some of the things in here were born out of that. So I'm now going to show you everything that's in this bag.
Hiya, it's Future Sam. I've popped a list below in the description of everything in my mum kit because otherwise this would be a very long video.
Okay, so things we always pack, not just on a cruise. If we're going anywhere that requires a beach or a pool, we take these like dry bags. So we have a smallish size one and then we have a much bigger one. It's just so handy just to like roll them up really small, put them in your beach bag for whatever you would need really. So if you end up getting dressed or you want to take off your swimming costume and put clothes back on and you've got somewhere to keep your wet stuff without ruining everything else in your bag, so they're a must-do. Right, these are just the bags that I'm taking for the evening, so like my kind of evening bags. This one in particular I love because it's really casual. It's like a velvet one, it's got a strap on it, and it's quite a good size, but it folds up so small. This I actually got in Elizabeth Scarlett on her website. You'll see a theme here with the turtles. Yeah, there'll be more of this to come. Right, these are all our packing cubes. I have white, Carl has black, the boys have the blue and the grey ones, and then there's my older ones, which are the pink ones. So I did buy these new white ones the other day. I also have a couple of Peak Design ones in there as well. So I'm going to see how they are. Carl's are amazing. These ones are like the expandable ones. All of these were just from Amazon, but his were really good quality. These ones were from like the same link. They're just a different colour, and as you can see, they're completely different. So we'll see how they are. My toothbrush box. My girly kit, just because you never know. I always pack that. Then I also have, so this is like my breakfast stuff. This is what I have for breakfast every day. It just helps like maintain my weight and make sure I don't overeat, and it's got loads of goodness in it. So I've got a fresh bag of this. I have it every morning. I'm going to try my best to have it on the cruise and not eat anything else for breakfast, but that will probably go out the window on day one. Now this kit is basically our after sun and our our sun cream. This sun cream is the best sun cream or sun mist we've ever had. We actually got these in the sale. We got 3 bottles of the 200ml size for like, it might have been 50 quid. So they're not cheap, but it's the best sun stuff we've ever had. And when I saw these at Malta Airport in the duty free on the way home from our last cruise, P&O Azura, they wanted €70 per bottle, and it's absolutely brilliant. And if the boys wear this, even at a factor 30, they do not burn. It is amazing, and I don't burn either. Carl doesn't, but me and the boys both put this along our like cheeks and our noses and the top of our forehead so we don't get burnt. This Caudalie stuff is gorgeous. It is like a stick. We've used the sunbun stuff like multiple times. Didn't really like it. I know that's probably a really unpopular opinion because most people seem to absolutely swear by it, but me and the boys burn, and we've had like 2 tubes of it, and both of them we bought at different times. There were different batches, and we still really burnt, but this one we don't, so this one is coming with us for sure. But I keep all of the sun stuff in there just in case it leaks. It's already in a plastic container, and then it's just easy to wash if we do have any issues. All right, now this is my hair one, so I just take like a travel tangle teaser brush with me, a little bit of hair oil, I pack a bunch of hair bands in here, and then I do have one of these cheap online kind of like straightener brushes. These are quite handy actually and easy to recharge. I will also be taking with me my Sharp Flexi Style, and I'll just take like the normal attachment to dry my hair, and then I will take the curling ones, which is exactly what I've done today. So this is what my Sharp Flexi Style, the curling bits, like the air wrap sort of part does to my hair. I love it, and it's so easy to do, and it's much quicker. It's as quick as drying my hair. Yes, that will definitely be coming with me on the ship. Something you definitely do need to consider is that cruise ships withhold the right to take away any of your electricals if they don't meet their standards. I don't know what the Royal Caribbean standards are, so I'm going to leave a note on the screen here because this video will come out after we've already done the cruise, and if there was anything to consider or if the Shark Flex Style was a problem, then I'll let you know on the screen. This cruise I'll also be bringing my Merwave stuff because I will likely have curly hair for quite a lot of the trip, and I do find this stuff really, really good. That's the one that I keep my makeup brushes in. This is the one I put my makeup in. See the theme, the turtles? Also from Elizabeth Scarlett. And this is the one that I will put all of my face products in. Also a theme, also Elizabeth Scarlett, but this is so good. And this one in particular, look, it's got like waterproof inside, and it's got pockets, and it fits all of my face products in it. Right, now this one is family kind of sun cream or sun holiday, look after your skin kind of stuff. So yes, I've got like the proper after sun there, but this one is like more moisturizer for me. It's like a revitalizing foot spray, which we love. We've used that for years. Yeah, there's only half left of that one now. This is so handy just like after like a port day, if you've done a lot of exploring and sightseeing, then this is so nice on your feet. There you go. There's a slightly bigger bottle tube of the Skin Rescue Balm that I talked about earlier. Got hand cream, body lotion, I've even got hand gel. It's just like those bits. This I love. So this is like the Avon Skin So Soft, and you just spray it on. It's like enhance and glow. Helps to moisturise your skin. A lot of people say it's really, really good to avoid mozzie bites. I still seem to get eaten alive. If there's mozzies, I'm going to get eaten. But yeah, it does make your skin look lovely, and it's so easy just to spray it on. This is our medicine bag. I mean, it has everything we could possibly need. It's got like the kids' medicine. It's got a thermometer in case they start getting a temperature. It's got like top-up medicine of stuff. It's got like this Vaseline all over body balm. Oh my goodness, we found it in Canada. It was amazing. It's literally like just a huge stick of Vaseline. It's absolutely brilliant. I don't know why they don't do it in this country. Loads of bits and bobs in there, like vapor rub, whatever happens, we are covered, and it makes me feel so much better. This one is just shampoos, conditioners, razors, so that will just live in the cabin's bathroom when we get there. These, so I saw, because we are going to Royal Caribbean's, well, both of their private islands, so we're doing Perfect Day at Coco Cay and we're doing Labadee, Haiti, and I think it was in Perfect Day at Coco Cay, you could hire these. So these are the ones where you kind of like blow up the top, blow up the bottom, and the rest of it's like a mesh that you sit in. There you go. So it's like a mesh that you sit in. And you can kind of use them like a lilo, but they wanted just to rent these on that island, like $30 each for a few hours. I was like, nah. So I went online, I went onto Amazon and I bought 2 of these for about £15. So then we can keep them forever. So these are coming with us. They also came with this blow up thing. I'm not sure whether that's necessary. I'll pack it on this cruise, the blower upper, and then we'll see if we need that next time or not. Right, this is something that I just always keep like in our bags. So these are really handy for like port days. They're really handy for like park days if you're doing Disney as well. But they're basically just little kits that have got chopsticks, but they've got a knife, a fork, and then a soupy spoony thing. And they're just like living there. So really handy. So I've got 2 sets of that because between the 4 of us, there's going to be enough cutlery there for us to use. So if we do order something that's kind of like street food or takeaway food, we've at least got that. Always have wet wipes in the bag. So we've always got something to clean ourselves up with as well. Okay, next for our like day out bag, I always pack like a bunch of sandwich bags. If the boys have like a lolly or something and it's really sticky or like sticky sweets and they don't want them anymore, but we don't want to get rid of them, these are so handy. I also just wrap like one of my like scrunchies around it, so I've always got access to a scrunchie as well. All right, we also have these. Now these ones are actually brand new because I've been umming and ahhing about getting fans for a long time. And then when we did our cruise in August and we were in like Italy and Greece, it was 40 degrees centigrade. It was so hot. We decided we have to get these. Our sister-in-law had, and they were brilliant. So we've got a thing in Carl's family, my family, that anything that's fake, you just put an F at the beginning of it. So like Jaffa cakes, if they're fake Jaffa cakes from Aldi, you call them Faffa cakes. And because these look like little Dyson fans, they're called Fyson fans. So this is my new Fyson fan. I've got 2 of these. We will take extra batteries and things like that for them as well. But if the kids or me get really, really hot, and Carl says I have a really, really bad habit of being like, it's so hot, and going on about the temperature, this will just help keep me cool on a very hot port day. We've got 4 of the cooling towels. They have their own little case thing. It's just like an extra makeup bag of mine that I put these in. So these always just get zipped up, and that lives in our port day beach bag as well. The other thing that get put in our beach day port day bag is these. So these are towel clips. These are so handy for like clipping your towels to a sunbed if it's really windy. Now these ones are like our cheaper ones, so these will be the ones that I keep in the beach bag for port days, so they will go over there. But then I've also got some much better quality ones, so these ones are really, really, really good. These ones will live again in their own little pouch, but these ones will strictly be for sea days on the ship. So I also have this Lululemon bag that again I got in Canada. It's not really a wet bag, but it does have like a little button at the top, and then it's a really good size with just some little straps. So if we do any shopping while we're out and about, that's really handy just to have in the port day bag. Other bits that we can't travel without, and that is a suitcase weight. Carl is really, really good at packing our suitcases and making sure that they are all an even weight and within weight, so we don't have any issues at the airport. Because from experience, if we haven't used this and we haven't got the weights in our suitcases right, there is nothing more stressful and more frustrating than being at the airport and having to open the suitcases and move stuff around. But we use it all the time, and I think you can get them for just, I don't know, a few quid on Amazon. So that's a godsend. The other things that we have which are very cruise specific are, I got a pack of these also again on Amazon. And basically what you do is when your like cruise tickets and everything come through, you also get given luggage tags. Now, one of my favourite things about cruising is that there's not really a limit to a luggage. Like the cruise ship doesn't have luggage limits. Obviously the airline does if you have to fly, but these are so handy just to put on each of our suitcases because it will tell the kind of like porters and the housekeeping staff, our suitcases are our suitcases. So you basically put the little like luggage label from the cruise ship that's got your cabin number on it. So I've got like 8 of these that came in a kit on Amazon. As I said, it was maybe a tenner. So these are really, really handy. They also have these like clips that you just undo. So they're really, really easy just to get on and off your suitcase. So yeah, these are absolutely brilliant. I've got 4 small ones and then I've got 4 wider ones too. And then a travel adapter. I actually bought Carl one as like part of like a stocking present a few years ago, but it does the USA and Australia, the UK, EU. It's really handy. And then on the other side of it, it's got like a super fast charger bit. And then obviously on the front is where you actually put the plug itself in. And depending on which one you tight, which one you slide, depends on which plug you get. Absolutely brilliant. Other bits and bobs for the cabin. So this here is a pack of 2. So this is a pack of 2 laundry baskets. I'll put a picture up on the screen so you can see what they look like when they're opened. But how handy, they just fold down to that. They can live in their own little thing there when you're traveling. And then when you're on the cruise, You just open them up, chuck all your dirty laundry in. We always do laundry on cruise ships when we're there, so we come home with all clean stuff, which is amazing. But these are just so handy. And then we can have one for lights and whites and ones for colours and darks. Oh, nuts. Wow. Let's see how easy it is to get them back in. Sometimes I nail these things and other times I don't. Yes! Oh, that was really easy. Okay, awesome. And then we just need to make sure that little thing is over it to keep it together. One on top of the other. Back in here. And I won't dare to open this back up until we actually get into our cabin on Oasis of the Seas. Right, then I've got, so these are just a pack of like the capsules for washing your clothes. We always just take one of these with us. It's got the child safe lock on it as well. So I will put these in a plastic bag and put them inside the suitcase. They're just so handy, like there's 15 tabs in there. That's going to be ample, so we will come home with some. But just the fact that it's in quite like a nice like compact box, it's not, and it's quite a sturdy box, it's not likely to get squashed or squished. Oh, they smell so good. This is the last little bit of cabin goodness, really. So, first of all, these are a game changer. This is loads and loads of magnetic clips. This was not a thing when I was a crew member, which is such a shame. We used to put magnets on the wall and put like pictures and stuff up all over the place to make our cabins feel like home, but didn't have these. How good is this? They're just magnets, so they clip on the walls. We hang like hats and scarves and towels to dry and clothing and bags and all sorts of stuff off of these. So we've got like some smaller ones and some bigger ones. They're really, really sturdy, but a huge pack of those. So the next thing that I've got is a stack of these. These are for the boys to use when we're actually in the cabin. So they're all magnetic. They can take them off the walls and like build stuff with them. I don't know if you've seen them before. But otherwise, they actually all individually just stick to the wall and they can like move them around and stuff, or they can take them off and build things with them. But these are quite a handy thing just to keep them like entertained in a different way, like rather than being on like iPads and stuff like that, because we do try and limit that time. We're not like mega religious with it, but you know, the more stuff they're doing with their hands and less just with their eyes, the better. So that's in there. Now, the other thing that lives in here, which is basically our like cabin wall kit, is this. And I only ordered these the other day, so these are brand new, but it's two light sensor lights. So what we can do is we can just like stick these or have them, yeah, look, they're magnetic. So magnets to stick these on the wall, and then when one of the kids gets up in the night, this will turn on and just provide a little light. Let's have a look. There you go. Just provides a little light. So we can just put two of these on the wall on the way to the bathroom. So if they get up in the night and it's nice and dark, or even Carl and I, we get up in the night and it's dark, then at least we can kind of see where we're going. But it's a nice soft light. It's not too blinding, but it's not likely to wake everybody else in the cabin up either. So I think that's really handy, to be fair, without kids. So those things live in here. So when we get on the ship, this will get opened out and literally all of these things will get chucked on the wall. Are you excited to go on the cruise? Yeah, you're being shy. Look in the camera. Yeah. Are you looking forward to Kids Club?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the ice skating rink?
I don't want to do that.
Okay, you don't have to do that. What about all the swimming?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the beach?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have lots of fun, aren't we? You say, Oasis of the Seas! No, okay. So that's everything I was going to show you today. That is all my best tips and tricks for cruising. A lot of them are for families with children, but I actually think an awful lot of that is just for anybody going cruising. So as I said, there's going to be one kind of like bumper grand tour video that will show you all the best stuff we did on the ship, what we liked, what we didn't like, and I really look forward to you seeing it. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit the thumbs up. After this one will be a whole Hong Kong vlog series, including Hong Kong Disney, and then we have an epic trip at the end of the year, don't we? We are going on a Disney cruise to Hawaii, and then we are staying in Honolulu.
Canada.
Oh, in Canada.
Yeah.
So then we're staying at Disney's Aulani in Oahu. It will be the longest trip we've ever done. So that's what you've got coming up. So make sure you've clicked subscribe so you know when those vlogs will be coming. And I look forward to seeing you really soon. So thank you for watching. Bye.